Hello and welcome to the Phee Smee Show with Manly Mark. It's a Wednesday morning and we're rocking and rolling here at the Phee Smee Network. How you doing today, Mark?
I'm doing all right.
Well, you look good. Your eyes are bright. Your hat's on. You're looking all cat daddy.
Oh, cat daddy, if that's what you want to call it.
All right. Well, again, we've got a new day of news all over the place, starting with an 8.8 earthquake off the coast of Russia and Alaska. Now you got tsunami warnings all over the West Coast as this weather manipulation continues to spiral out of control.
Yeah, it's crazy. I hadn't seen much on the earthquake other than just the fact that it happened and some tsunami, warnings, but it's some spooky stuff, man.
I was up till 1:30 in the morning watching it, trying to track it. Pretty interesting that Robert Jeffries is the First Baptist pastor in Dallas.
Looks like a little weasel.
And yes, and he
Not in a meanful, not in a mean way.
We're mean.
Well, but I just mean that's just who. When you think of the name, I was trying to think of the guy, and it's like I don't have anything against the guy. He might be cool, but he just looked kind of like a little weaselly.
Well, I think a lot of him, but I don't agree with his. He's selling books and programs about the end times,
of course,
and the second coming. So I'm not. I don't agree with that, but I do respect him as a man. What I found interesting is he was in Maui last night, and they were interviewing the pastor of First Baptist Church in Dallas, in Maui, Hawaii, and had the video of the flooding and the raising of the water and that. So they were interviewing him on Fox News at 1 o'clock in the morning, and so I thought that was interesting that they would find the pastor in Dallas on a vacation in Maui and start talking to him about tsunamis.
That's interesting.
So
what was he saying?
He was just saying that after dealing with the floods in Texas and seeing the heartbreak there, and now being in Hawaii and seeing the water there, he has a very the awesome power of nature, and that God controls the weather, and that there's always a purpose and a reason. And he says all the right things, but again, I'm thinking these earthquakes, end of times.
Oh yeah.
All this weather, end of times. So that's what Jesus said in Matthew 24, and that's exactly what's happening. So that's when you start talking about the whole West Coast of the United States being under a tsunami.
Are they?
Yes. Right now, from Oregon down to California.
Dang.
So I don't expect the whole West Coast to be, engulfed by water, but I think they'll probably have some damage.
Oh yeah. Well, I'm sure.
I think we had a question a couple of weeks ago about tsunamis and hurricanes, and hurricanes are on the East Coast and Atlantic, to where tsunamis are on the West Coast and the Pacific. So if that helps anybody out there trying to understand the difference. Also, I did a deep dive and study into fentanyl and where it came from and how it's going to affect our children in the future. Right now, 256 young people a day are dying from fentanyl. This time next year, there'll be 2,000. But there's another synthetic opiate that's now being manufactured in China.
Another one, huh?
It's called nitazenes. It's being mixed with recreational drugs and heroin. It's killing thousands in Europe, and so you can expect that synthetic opiate to be really prevalent in the United States.
Start hitting the markets, huh?
They say it's 5 times worse than fentanyl.
Well, and fentanyl's supposed to be 100 billion times worse than whatever else.
Absolutely. So, they're just going to continue manufacturing through chemically and synthetically, just going to try to crush and kill our young people. They want to get you hooked on drugs, and then nobody feels sorry for somebody that ODs on drugs. And I'm telling you, they have no idea. They call it accidental overdose. People don't believe it. And there's a whole lot of folks out there that think they're smoking a joint, and the next thing you know, they're dead.
Oh, yeah.
So my heart goes out to those folks. But if you're a young person and you're involved in those type of activities, be very, very careful because you're fixing to find a lot of folks with synthetic opiates. It's just going to continue to go And when they find and they curb one, they'll just make another one. That's just the way it is. Well, you got Putin calling and talking to Netanyahu. I thought you would enjoy that.
Well, what did they talk about? What was the purpose?
They talked about the Syria sovereignty. As you know, Russia's going to support Iran and Syria.
Oh yeah.
And so I want to know how that phone call goes when you know they're on the other side. Is it polite because they're world leaders? Do they laugh at each other and just lie to each other's face, or you think they get heated?
I don't know. I don't know, because if I was Putin, or if I was Trump, I'd just call and be like, "What's up, boy? About to bomb you. Watch out, man. Don't you come fronting up on me. I'm gonna bomb you, boy."
There's your boy right there. I don't know if President Trump, here again, I like President Trump. I think he's anointed by God for this time, but it tickles me that how the news, he was asked, he just spent some time in Scotland playing golf and securing a deal with the EU, and they asked him, did you speak to the UK Prime Minister about the Palestinian state? And he said no. He did not. But now you have Germany, which is the leopard, and you have UK, which is the lion, and you have France. All three are saying they will recognize Palestine as a Palestinian state in the September meetings at the United Nations in New York. So there's the meeting that I've been waiting for. That's the meeting I started talking about in May.
Okay.
And this United Nations will be a very interesting meeting with world leaders, and they are going to recognize Palestine as a state. 60,000 Palestinians now have been killed, and starvations all through Gaza. The United States is at the lowest approval rate of the Hamas-Israel war than they've been, and it's because of all the starvation in Gaza.
Well, not surprising.
They will they'll take pictures of the poor child. They took a picture of a child and put it all over the news, and then they had to come back and say, well, the child had preconditions, health conditions before the starvation. So again, they're going to use, just like Hamas uses kids and men and women as human shields.
You'd be surprised how easy it is to lie about that kind of stuff.
It's just, I just don't think people check it, or.
Well, this is not to raise questions about the Holocaust, but even like the Holocaust, there are instances where some of the things we've seen as evidence are actual just outright not evidence. Like, for example, there's a textbook. I can't remember what the textbook it is, but it's a history textbook, and it's got a picture of the concentration camp with people in it or something. Long story short, they made a film after World War II about concentration camps, and the picture from the textbook was just a picture from the movie. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
But and you're like, no one would have ever thought, hey, that's not right, or that's not true, or like you see a lot of these pictures of the prisoners behind the guards, or the prisoners, but then you read the memoirs and the diaries of the soldiers, and it was snowing heavily the day they liberated these camps. So then, in all these pictures, it's not snowing. They actually, we freed them, and then we realized we forgot to take pictures, so we had to march them back, and so then we took the evidence. Okay. Yeah, but just, you see what I'm saying? Just
they manufactured.
Yeah, and that's just an example, but you see that stuff all over the place. What do they teach in German high schools about World War II?
It would be completely different than what we're learning over here.
Yeah, that there was a small German resistance who was against Hitler, and they finally won, because Hitler was ousted, Or, same thing like, what was that thing Japan did that was really terrible during World War II? Some March of Death, or, you know what I'm talking about?
March of Death, I've heard of it.
It's called something else.
Trail?
Maybe, it's something. But they just completely don't teach that in their high schools. But the point I'm making is, who knows what the truth is regarding any of these things.
I know that the winning team gets to write the history.
Well, but then also the losing team also, though, well, I say both teams do this, but the more pitiful of the side, because, Palestine is kind of pitiful. So how easy is it for it to be like, oh, look at the kid. Oh, look at the hungry kid. Oh, you don't have a heart. Oh. Propaganda like that doesn't do nothing for me.
So it doesn't tug at your heart.
No, it doesn't. Only because it's like, I hate all death, and I hate all hunger, and I hate all war. And so it's like, it's a sad thing objectively, but you throwing it in front of my face isn't going to get it. I mean, no, it just doesn't tug on my heart because it's sad, yeah, but the whole point of throwing it in front of my face is to get and that's like, well, that's
you
the whole
don't
point.
like for people to project on you what you should be thinking.
Sure.
You're a free, independent thinker.
Oh, yeah, I guess, but it's
But
like,
very few people are. They believe in that herd mentality. 82% will pretty much just, if they hear it from somebody that they like, they'll believe it.
yeah.
And the masses, of course, all they have to do is they don't read anyway. They just look at pictures.
All right.
So that's that great TV that started in the 1960s and shaped and reshaped our country. I played golf with an engineer from California. He's originally from South Korea, and I asked him about his wife the other day. He's in his mid-60s, and he said that she watches Korean soap operas every day.
That's funny.
Now, they've been over here. They haven't been back to South Korea, I believe, in over 30 years, and she's still watching soap operas from Korea every day.
That's wild.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah, it's funny.
I think, I remember in the 70s where women loved soap operas.
Well, don't get me wrong. Don't be hating on Tabitha the Witch now.
Well, I thought maybe you weren't old enough to even remember the soap operas.
Oh, I'm not. Only just by virtue of my mother watching them.
Okay. Well, I had a grandmother that watched them, but what I find interesting is they went from a daytime soap opera to where they started with The Price is Right at 9 o'clock, and then they went soap operas all the way to like 3 in the afternoon till the kids got out of school. Mm-hmm. But then they started in the 80s. They had a big show called Dynasty and Dallas, and those two shows began kind of the trend to nighttime soap operas. But game shows took over the soap opera market because they were much less to produce, and they didn't have all of the actors and actresses.
I can see that. Now, I think a soap opera gig as an actor or an actress is a gravy train.
Oh, that'd be fantastic, wouldn't it?
Yeah, you go do your 8 to 5 job, but you're making crazy money.
Crazy money. If you're a star back then, you just made a ton of money. I mean, Johnny Carson, even in the late night shows in the 70s, was making $30 million a year. And that's, and then David Letterman was making that. Now nobody watches late night talk shows. So that shows you the culture changes over a period of years.
Well, it's also in part just because they're all liberals now.
Yeah. Well, they're owned by those networks. Mm-hmm. When you start talking about ABC and NBC, those are definitely liberal.
Oh yeah,
networks. But the trends of daytime soap operas to nighttime soap operas, and then game shows.
I hate game shows.
I liked a couple of them, but I just never watched them on a daily basis.
Yeah.
But now, if I was homesick from school one day and The Price is Right was on, I was trying to pick
the
price.
My folks would watch those Price is Right, the Steve Harvey one, and I just brain rot to me, man. Yeah. I mean, I'm not saying people who enjoy it are dumb, but for me, it's just can't do it.
Well, my mother-in-law that I love dearly, Meemaw, she's passed away now. She was an unbelievable Wheel of Fortune player. Huh. And now my ex-wife, she has always been very good at Wheel of Fortune. So they were into that show. Some people love Jeopardy and Alex Trebek for years, but some people enjoyed the Price is Right, and there's one other one that was a big time. Let's Make a Deal. That's the one So those were big. But I remember, how many soap operas can you name? As the World Turns, Beauty and the Beast, General Hospital,
Days of Our Lives.
Days of Our Lives. There you go.
What was that one with the witch, Tabitha? She had the little doll Timmy. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know Tabitha, but I don't remember the name of it. Come on and tell me one more. It's right on the Young and the Restless.
Oh, the Young and the Restless.
There you go. I finally got that rascal right. So, what do you watch at home? Do you watch the cable, the satellite, or streaming, or do you just use the phone?
I guess I'm just using my phone. Well, I don't really watch anything. I don't really watch. I don't have a.
You don't have a Yellowstone that you're watching.
No, I don't have a series. Like me and my wife don't consistently watch TV together, or really at all. I mean, the most TV I watch is just when my kids are watching Phineas and Ferb.
Well, that's your favorite show.
Well, yeah, but if my kids are watching TV, I'll watch it sometime. But I don't. Sometimes if I'm at home alone and I got no one kids or something, I'll think I'm gonna find a show to watch. Huh? Catch a wild hair and think, oh, cool, go watch a show, okay. But no, I really just.
So what are your sources to do that? Streaming?
Streaming. Yeah, I guess so. Streaming, because we don't have a regular satellite, I suppose.
I think that 30 years old and under are predominantly streamers. I think the telephone companies, the cable companies, the satellite companies, they're all paying for that now.
Well, when I wasn't married, though, I didn't have anything. I didn't even have a TV.
You're a unique individual because 89% of United States households has not one but 2 TVs.
Just didn't
so
need it.
You don't have any.
Well, I mean, I do now, but when I was single and a bachelor, I didn't have any.
I believe I have 11 in this house.
Oh, you got too many.
Well, I like sports. So I like news, I like sports. So I've always had 3 TVs since I was young, 17 years old. And my ex-wife, she didn't like it either. But my kids loved it because they would always have people over, and we had 3 TVs, so they could set up 2 gaming consoles.
Oh, okay.
And I could sit in a room and watch 1 television, and there'd be 8 of them in there, and they'd be playing. It was a great time for me because I got to spend time with them while I was watching my shows, or football basically, or basketball, or baseball, and they would be playing in some type of tournaments, and whether it was the NFL games or Major League Baseball. They actually got into this. Call of Duty, not Call of Duty. What's the other? Fortnite. They got into Fortnite. As they got older. So I would watch that some, but I always enjoyed playing the sports games.
Sure.
But I wasn't going to get into the Fortnite.
I don't mind playing those games, but I just don't have any joy anymore.
Well, tell me about this Minecraft that this
capture.
You know anything about that? Because I don't have any idea.
Minecraft? What about it?
It's a game that people.
Yeah, well, it's been around for
a lot of young people.
It's been around since.
I've got a nephew that's probably 12. He's doing it all the time.
Well, it's been around since I was like almost in high school or before, maybe even in middle school. But it's just a game, and it's just a.
It's not like Dungeons and Dragons or anything like that?
No, I mean, there's no even story to it.
Okay.
There's no even story or plot. I mean, it's just there's every world, a player has its own world, and it's procedurally generated, and so it's just random generated world. So mine's gonna be different than yours, you know what I'm saying? So, but what you do is you collect resources. Like you start off with nothing, so you punch the dirt. It's all blocky. So you hit the dirt, and then you got a little dirt. You go punch a tree, and you got a little wood, and you can turn the wood. And long story short, you can make a wooden pickaxe. Well, now I can mine stone, and then you get stone, and then you start upgrading your tools and getting more resources to build whatever you want. Or
that's creative.
Yeah, it's a very creative game. So it's not like when you asked if it was like D&D, Dungeons and Dragons. It could be used like Dungeons and Dragons because it's such a game that's so, almost a blank slate in that the modes of create. You could use Minecraft to play Dungeons and Dragons if you wanted to, but in of itself, Minecraft is just, you're just a block guy and you go dig holes, or you go find stuff, and you build stuff, and or you fight little monsters that pop up at nighttime.
I was more of a let's rescue the princess with Super Mario.
Oh yeah, I like that, but I love Minecraft.
Donkey Kong.
I like Donkey Kong.
Asteroids.
Mm-hmm.
Those were the 3 that I played at the bowling alley on the game, when I was a kid. But I've never seen Dungeons and Dragons.
Well, I think Dungeons and Dragons is a game you talk.
Well, I believe that I don't know anything about this Pokemon.
Pokemon.
Pokemon, Dungeons and Dragons, or Minecraft. Those are 3 things that seem to be very big. They actually they do something with these Pokemons where they actually have you drive to a spot.
Oh, that's Pokemon Go. Pokemon Go is not as cool.
So what is that? Tell me about Pokemon Go.
Well, regular Pokemon's just a game where you are a Pokemon trainer, and you have to go catch some Pokemon and then battle that Pokemon against other Pokemon to make your Pokemon stronger until you become the strongest Pokemon trainer and have all the strongest Pokemon. So that's kind of where the game started, and then you get the card aspect to it. But now with Pokemon Go, it's essentially like they use. I don't even have my phone, but uses your camera. Well, I just was going to use it as a prop. Uses your camera, and so if I see you go exploring or driving, and so through my camera I'll see Pokemon, right? So I'll be like, oh, there's a Pikachu over there. Phil, you see that Pikachu? I'm gonna throw a Pokeball at it. Oh, I got him! Yeah. And so what I'm seeing is your floor over there, because I'm just seeing. You're seeing, Pikachu might be on your head. I gotta catch that Pikachu on your head.
So you're driving cars to some locations and pretending to catch
little pocket monsters.
Little pocket monsters.
Yeah, but it's not pretending, because you actually are playing the game on the phone. Like you're actually throwing Pokeballs, and there's actually a Pokemon on your phone.
But you don't have to be at the location.
Oh, well, yeah, sometimes you do. Well, and because it's like a very, and I'm not G could probably explain it way better, but it's like a geolocation game, essentially. So it's like the Dollar General might be the spot where all the people on your team meet up. You know what I'm saying? Or they'll have certain landmarks within your cities will give you extra points if you go to it. Or sometimes we'll have exclusive Pokemon that will come there. Or you know what I'm saying? So there's
very interesting.
The whole point is to get you out and about. And so Pokemon Go is designed to be played moving, going somewhere.
For you to be active.
Yeah, for you to be active. And so it's cool in that sense, but I just think they could have made the game a whole lot cooler. If they would have just made it like a regular Pokemon game where you could catch your Pokemon, battle them against other people, they really dropped the ball there, but I'm not going to get into that because that's beside the point. But
of the Dungeons and Dragons and Pokemon and the Minecraft, which one did you play most or did you like most?
Probably growing up Pokemon, and I'd say just because Pokemon came out when I was probably 4 or 5,
okay. And
so it was just earliest memories were watching Pokemon, getting the Pokemon cards, playing the Pokemon on the Game Boy, and so because like I said, Minecraft didn't come out till I was a little older, almost in high school or a little before, so I'd probably played Pokemon the most out of all those things, but I do really enjoy Minecraft. I don't like to build. I like to dig, man. I just like to. I don't know, man. I'll go underground, because you can just dig underground, and I'll just dig a shaft for 8 hours, man. I'm just digging holes, because you come across a cave system and you're like, oh crap, I gotta look at every crevice, and so you start looking in these crevices, and then you find another cave system, and then you're like, crap, I gotta put torches. I gotta mark this part, So I can't just not explore this spot I just found. So you get going a little further, and then it just, oh no, now it's just, this cave system goes on for way too long. But I got to get back to my original mine shaft to continue the progress. Oh.
You're wearing me out when you start talking all that trash. I dug for 8 hours underground in the tunnel.
It would get so bad that when you close your eyes, I could still see the pixels, like blocky pixels.
I have played blackjack for 10, 12 hours. at a time and went straight to the room and closed my eyes and still see those cards.
Okay, so yeah, you know,
I know exactly
that's
what
funny.
you're
And what's
talking about.
I also it cycles through night and day on that game, and you know the graphics aren't good; they're blocky on purpose. But one day I was up on a mountain, hopped up on the mountain. The sun was rising in the game, and I thought, wow, beautiful sunrise. And I thought, wait a second. I got to get outside. I got to stop playing for a while. Here I am, you know, like, oh wow, I feel truly blessed that I'm experiencing. And I'm like, well, this is a stupid video game. This is a stupid video game.
It's pretty cool though that you were that engrossed. I can actually remember being a kid and just my nephew was, I believe, I was in college, so he was young. He got a Super Mario Brothers, excuse me, for Christmas, and I had a date with my girlfriend like the next day, and I called her and told her I wasn't leaving until I rescued this princess, and I rescued the princess in about 14 hours. So proud of myself.
Come on, man.
And I was probably 19, 20.
But it's probably a good time though.
Oh, it was a great time with my nephew. I mean, he just loved it, and of course I was into it too. So
Yeah.
I can see. I don't understand the 40-year-old playing it unless he's playing with his kids.
Well, yeah,
But,
I agree because it's like even like I used to could lose myself in those things for just all day or whatever, not think twice about it. But now I enjoy playing video games, but I don't. It's weird because it's like I'm almost too conscious of time now, or I don't know,
Responsibility.
or my responsibility. I don't know because it's like I can't enjoy it like I used to, and so I don't want to play. If that makes sense, like
You probably feel some guilty. What am I doing playing
maybe,
this when I could be out?
maybe,
Doing
I
something
think it.
constructive?
I don't know. And on one hand, it's just not near as fun as it used to be.
Well, I know Joe walked in here with a virtual reality headset.
Now that was fun.
And you said you had one too.
I do.
So now he let me put that thing on, and it reminded me of the vision I had when how it was just I just was engrossed inside it and transported to it, and that's what it looked like, the surrounding of the room or whatever you saw in those goggles.
I was gonna say if what our experience from what Joe showed us was like your vision, you must have had a pretty good vision.
Well, it was as real can be, and I was right in the middle of it. But anyway, that was that's kind of an upgrade. I guess they're going to really do some wonderful and great things.
Well, it might
with
get
that.
to the point where maybe I'll get into that, maybe not.
You
but-
would think that they won't know the difference in reality and virtual reality.
Well, yeah, or in essence, it's kind of like the concept of like, okay, in the book, The Wizard of Oz, in order to enter Emerald City, you had to have, green-colored glasses. You can't come into the city if you ain't got your green glasses on. Okay, well, come to find out, the reason you got to wear the green glasses is because the whole city's not made out of emerald. Huh.
So it's green.
So it's green. But the point I'm making with that is that, you've already got these, right now it's going to be on headsets, but soon it'll be in wearable glasses.
And then it'll be in contacts.
And
or glasses,
contacts,
right?
or it'll be in your brain chip. But I
There you
think
go.
where it leads to is then, well, you really can present as your true self, right? You believe yourself to be a furry, a whatever, unicorn, demigod, whatever thing, weird thing that these crazy people do, right? I would just perceive you as that. You know what I'm saying? So, how many folks walking down the street, how many crazy things you going to be seeing then?
Well, they've
but
been
you
mentally
see-
conditioned since I was a kid.
Well,
with
but you
those
see what
video
I'm saying.
games,
But
just
you
moving
see-
in that direction.
Oh yeah, but I mean, I could see that for sure.
Okay, back to the news. Again, the U.S. economy is up 3% in the second quarter. Those numbers are skewed, in my opinion, because of the tariffs, and the imports are down. But here's what happens, Mark.
Tell me.
If all these countries know that the tariffs are fixing to take effect, what do you think they do? They stock up on inventory.
Mm-hmm.
So the purchases of the inventory that they bought before the tariffs were implemented is why you have such growth. Now, those numbers, in my opinion, are skewed, but they're bragging on it. I'm sure the market will be up today because of it.
Sure.
But 3% in 1 quarter in this world is very good. And President Trump and our Fed chairman Powell are at odds.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll find out who wins that battle. Remember, the Federal Reserve is not connected to the United States, just as like the Federal Express. Just because it says federal doesn't mean it's part of the United States of America's government.
That's right. That's right.
The Federal Reserve is a conglomerate of cartel bankers, international bankers, most of them from Europe, by the way.
I forgot to turn the music off. Huh.
Most of them from Europe.
Yeah.
So I hope people heard us.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure.
I hope we're talking loud enough for folks to hear.
Oh,
us.
I'm sure.
But anyway, the 3% is very good, and
So you're telling me all these people in the Federal Reserve and people like that, they're all Europeans? What's going on?
Yes, I'm telling you.
What's the purpose of that? Why is that?
Well, because those families in Europe that are controlling the world's economy,
Okay.
basically are called the Federal Reserve. And if you remember, the value of the dollar continues to go down, and once those foreign exchange markets are not exclusively on the U.S. dollar, you're going to find our situation with the U.S. dollar declining tremendously.
Okay, interesting.
So all that's coming, and that's just completely opposite of what you're going to be told today, because they're going to be the market will be up today, I'm sure, and you've got earnings season that's coming up, and with these tech companies.
Well, let's give all our viewers some financial advice then about stocks.
If you have a 401k and you have spent 30, 40 years, 20, 25, 30 years building that money, I would strongly suggest that you move that money out of the market, get you some CDs, put the money in cash on the sidelines, or buy gold, platinum, silver. Those are the type of things for at least a year. You don't know how these tariffs are going to affect the economy. You don't have any idea what the wars around the world are going. You don't have any idea about the economy in the United States based on, one of the things now you have to consider is weather. Which, I mean, when you have floods in Texas and tornadoes in North Carolina and tsunami warnings on the West Coast, weather is going to play. Our Lord's He's going to do a lot with this weather in the future. But
I believe it.
I don't think that you want to be have $1 million in your 401k at 5%. You're looking at $50,000 a year, $1,000 a week coming in your retirement. You add to that Social Security. You're going to live $7,000, $8,000, $10,000 a month in your retirement, which is good for most folks. But if you lose 30 or 40% of that, and you're 55, you don't have the time to make it up. So once you get over the age of 50, if you're thinking about retirement, it's not how much more money can I make. It's let's make sure we don't lose what we've spent 30 years accumulating. So my advice would be to get out of the market, which is going to be very volatile based on all of the circumstances in the world, and put it in. If you want to put it in CDs in a bank, I wouldn't put it more than $100,000 in, because that's what it's insured for.
Sure.
But I would just take it out and put it on the sideline, or buy gold, silver. If you want to buy a lot of precious metals, you can buy silver. Gold's expensive. Normal folks can't buy a lot of gold.
No.
But you can still buy silver.
Oh, yeah.
And you'll find that silver will increase at basically the same rate of return than the gold.
Sure,
so
sure.
That's what I would do. I would not risk what I've spent 30 years accumulating, because you've got some uncertainty that no one can tell you the time, and no one can tell you over the next 6 months to a year what's going to happen and how these tariffs are going to affect
That's right.
The country. So that would be my advice. Don't lose what you have trying to be greedy and get another extra $100,000.
I was actually just making a joke when I said, let's give our viewers financial advice, because that's the. I was making a joke, because the whole thing
remember
is
coaching
this is
theology,
not financial advice.
Remember, coaching theology is life skills, business deals, and
Sports drills.
So we had some good questions last night on the sports drills. I thought your Midday Madness show, if you didn't catch the Midday Madness show with Manly Mark yesterday,
what did I even talk about?
Discussion on Antarctica really piqued my interest. I know the fishing video didn't have the audio with it, but it was interesting to see those fishermen from Australia and see that big warship that they were communicating with to tell them. I mean, you have raised my consciousness and awareness on what's going on in Antarctica.
Oh, I didn't. I
didn't
know that you didn't know.
I thought it was a phenomenal.
What did you think about the Buzz Aldrin part?
Well, when you start talking about strokes and heart attacks and then you have I love the pyramids. I looked at them a long time, and then have it deleted. I mean,
well, people.
There's some mystery going on.
And they claim those pyramids are just natural geographical formations. It's like, I don't know, man, because even the three pyramids kind of match the 3 pyramids in Giza, because they're like based off of Orion's belt. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I was that interested me too. I was fixing to bring that out, that they align with Orion's belt.
But what's weird is that even I'll have to confirm this, so I don't want to say something stupid, crazy, but some people even suggest that the pyramids all over the world in different spots even match up with the Orion's belt, and that these pyramids around the world are somehow connected too, and that they're all on specific ley lines of the earth, right? So, I don't know, certain energy points, and so it's like there's something going on. Don't know what it is, but something weird's going on with Antarctica.
Wonder if all of those pyramids are connected, and the reason they're all around the world is at those locations, or is they're all connected as a network for something or somebody.
Maybe I don't know. I could see it maybe, or maybe that's how that was a form of power. Some sort of ancient technology, or just I don't know, maybe it did something with the energy that people gave it when they were praying and during these religious ceremonies. I don't know. But something weird is going on with the pyramids, especially if something weird is going on in Antarctica.
There's definitely something going on in Antarctica.
Oh, yeah, definitely something.
And there's definitely something going on with these dadgum politicians and Hollywood folks with this sex trafficking and this Epstein.
Did you ever think... I tell you a little conspiracy here or there, and you think, okay, idiot, you're crazy.
I don't think you're an idiot, but I just didn't pay attention to it. Now I'm paying attention to it, and the more I pay attention to it, the more I wish you wouldn't have brought it up, because I just got too much on my plate to be worrying about it, and it bothers me. It hurts my heart.
Oh, well, I feel bad now.
It hurts my heart that these people are doing what they're doing, and I don't understand it, but it's demonic. It's just pure demonic.
Yeah, man, they're everywhere.
And, so you've got Hillary and Bill Clinton being subpoenaed, talking about the Epsteins, and it's going to be very difficult to explain why his Secret Service folks were left off the manifest, and he's on several plane rides with Epstein. So, and of course,
weird thing.
You're talking about when Hillary's she's so embedded with them as far as money and supporters. So. These folks are all connected. Chelsea Clinton is married to George Soros' son. And it's just bang.
Well, and they still do arranged marriages.
Well,
I'm serious.
I don't doubt it. I don't doubt it at all. So I found out that there's still some arranged marriages in the United States. And
really?
I
think there ought to be.
Well, yes, you believe in... hey, if I'm your buddy and you're my buddy, and we know each other and we know each other's beliefs, and I've got a girl and you've got a boy, or you've got a girl and I've got a boy, we ought to hook them up and get them together and become one clan, one family, one tribe.
Yeah.
So that's I think that's very basic. I think a lot of people, 80% of people have met their wives or husbands by the time they're 16.
I have heard that. Yeah.
So that surprised me. I thought it might be 30 or 40%.
Sure.
But 8 out of 10 folks know their spouses before the age of 18.
Isn't that interesting?
Before the age of 16.
Isn't that interesting?
That's yeah. It shows you that you are products of your environment.
Sure. Yeah.
And that you tend to spend time with folks that you see every day.
Yeah.
So, hey, what else is going on, Mark?
Oh, I don't know, man. I was kind of busy last night.
Yeah.
So I didn't see a whole lot of stuff going on. I did see about the earthquake. Just weird about that earthquake. Wonder if it's from HARP. Something weird going on. Some manipulation there, or if it's just a natural earthquake. I don't know. You never know anymore.
No.
But I'll be interested to see if California gets swallowed by a tsunami.
Well, we talked about last week when we were on the weather manipulation about all of these earthquakes off the Russia and Alaskan coast, and so that's been going on. They've been hitting 4 and 5 earthquake, 4.5 and 5 earthquakes. But this one was a big one. It's one of the top 10 in the history of the world.
Oh, really? What?
So, yeah.
Dang.
It was a big one, and it's right off the Russia and Japan and Alaska. So, and Hawaii sitting right out there in the middle of the ocean.
Dang.
Rocking and rolling, hoping that there's those volcanic islands will actually exist after.
Wouldn't it be wild if it was just literally
Atlantis?
Well, yeah. I think Atlantis was real. I gotta give me a drink of water, or I'm gonna just die.
You do realize that there are a lot of ocean pods, people living under the ocean. I've actually seen scientific studies that say that because of the compressed oxygen chambers and the air down there at that depth, that you really can regenerate your body. And so the cells in your body, and you don't age as quickly. There's going to be a lot of ocean under the ocean. I always thought it was cool when I was growing up to, have those. You go under with a scuba gear or something, and you come up and you're in your house, and so those things are real now. And there's folks that actually are living. One guy lived in a submarine for 9 months. So they're out there. There's a lot of folks studying the algae, the coral reefs. They've come up with some machines, some bots that are replenishing the coral reefs of the ocean, and a lot of it's based on algae and seaweed. So again, I'm a big algae and seaweed fan. I think
we know you love to shield that algae.
Yeah. Well, we were talking about the compression of oxygen in the ocean, and how many people are living underneath there and studying, scientists that are studying that. So it's to me, it's interesting.
I mean, it'd be kind of cool to do that for a while.
Do you like water as far as
no?
You don't like the? Do you?
Are you the guy that
jumps in and holds his nose? Or
no, but I'm not. I mean, I enjoy swimming. I enjoy going for a swim. That's another one of those things, though. As I get older, I don't care about it near as much. But I'm not. Let's go to the lake every weekend kind of guy. I like being on boats, but I get too worried about kids drowning. So I don't like the water personally, but I do enjoy it sometimes. But I know you're a water, like you're like that guy on Waterworld who has the gills behind his ear, Kevin Costner.
Yes.
You're that guy. Now I wish I was that guy. But
one of the most expensive movies to make in the history, and one of the biggest flops.
Why did it flop so bad? Because when I watched it for the first time a few years ago, I actually enjoyed it.
Well, Kevin Costner, which is one of my favorite actors, and he made 2 movies that no one wants to talk about because they absolutely cost the studios a tremendous amount of money. One of them was The Postman.
Okay.
And that's when he was riding a horse delivering mail, and then the other one was Waterworld, and I liked Waterworld too.
Yeah, why did it flop?
Well,
was it like
back in the day? It cost, I think, over $200 million to make it, and I don't think they made $50 million.
Dang.
So it was a big loss. And one of Kevin Costner's my movies that I love, his favorite movies, is a baseball movie called For the Love of the Game. It never gets any a love, and the critics don't like it, but it's one of my favorites. So these critics, I think I should become Phee Smee's movie critic.
Well, we could have a little Phee Smee section on the Phee Smee website.
Well, if you're going to be a part of the Academy Awards and you're going to vote on Best Picture and Best Actor and Best Actress, I think it is a prerequisite that you actually watch the movie. See, these people at the Academy Awards just found out last year that their people that are voting on the movies did not have, it was not a requirement of them to watch the movie.
Well, that doesn't make any sense.
Thank you. It doesn't make any sense to me at all. But they can read other folks' reviews of it and then vote on them. So now they have implemented in the last year where the people that vote actually have to watch the movies. I thought they always watched the movies.
Well, I know it kind of takes the magic out of the awards because you're telling me, oh, it's all just been politics this whole time?
Absolutely. Well, I thought it was politics when I used to go to watch every single Best Picture.
I'm so embarrassed for you, Phil.
At the theater, I would go, and then I went, and the movie was called The Crying Game.
Okay.
Academy Award Best Picture. I'm telling you, it was one of the worst movies I have ever seen. I would put it right up there with Howard the Duck in Eraserhead.
Or The Boy in the Striped Pajamas.
I haven't seen that one.
Stupid movie.
But
it's propaganda. I mean, I'm not even saying that'd be like, me, inflammatory. That just comes to mind. Just a pointless, wasn't even an interesting story.
Well, I don't understand how you could be a part of the Academy Awards, which I thought was a phenomenal organization just because I was a kid that loved movies, and I find out that all these years they didn't even have to watch the movies.
No, that's weird.
So now I know why The Crying Game and Hannah and her sisters and a bunch of other movies that were absolutely terrible that I sat through. You just can't get that 2 hours back in your life.
No, sir.
And I don't. I've told my kids several times. 45 minutes in, and the movie's not any good, and you keep thinking, well, we're here. It's kind of like buying a car. After a certain amount of time, you're just not going to stop because you don't want to have to start the process over.
Yeah.
And they know that.
Yeah.
If you want to close on a house, it's a stack of papers this far. They're going to go really slow the first 2 pages explaining everything. After that, they're going to say sign here, initial here. Sign here, initial here. This is right here. And I mean, if not, no one's reading 73 pages. See?
No, but I've often wondered. Also, it's like all these terms and agreements on our cell phones.
You never read.
Well, yeah, it's like, what if on page 17 of subsection 6B,
they're there.
I hereby guarantee my soul to Satan. And you say, check the box.
It
I
might
agree.
not be that bad, but I promise you, there's all kinds of caveats and hidden.
Oh, you want to hear something?
terms.
I can't remember what it was. If I could remember it, you'll just be blown away. I got to look this up because it's that ridiculous about terms and it's right.
Nobody reads the terms and conditions, and as a salesman, you're going to lead the customer in the close. You're not going to let them lead. So I've taught several salesmen how to close and fill out paperwork to where it's not a problem, or they don't change their mind, and there's no hesitation. So you lead them in there. But when you talk about legal documents of buying a house, nobody would ever buy a stock or a house if they read the dadgum terms and conditions.
Check it out. Disney is facing a wrongful death lawsuit after a woman died from an allergic reaction at a Disney Springs restaurant. Initially, Disney attempted to dismiss the case by citing the Disney Plus terms of service the widower had agreed to when signing up for the service. However, due to public backlash and criticism, Disney has now reversed its decision and will now allow the case to proceed in court. So long story short, the widower had Disney Plus, and Disney was trying to argue because of the terms and services of Disney Plus, the wrongful death lawsuit should be dismissed.
Then she was eating at the restaurant.
Yeah, and she was eating at Disney
Springs.
Disney Springs restaurant. It had nothing
Had
to
nothing
do
with Disney Plus.
No, but
she signed the terms and agreement.
Or the husband did. But isn't that crazy? They're trying to say,
that is
hey,
legal.
We messed up and killed you at one of our restaurants, but since you used our other service, sorry, we're not held. That's crazy.
I think that's a great illustration, and I'm glad you found that, because that is as stupid of anything I've ever heard from a legal argument standpoint. And but
does it surprise you?
I bet you they could have won if it wouldn't have been for the public backlash.
Oh yeah, the public backlash. I guarantee you they would
These
have won.
auto pins and all this, just auto signing. I'm doing it too. You know.
Yeah, I hate that.
And you try to sign on a little box, and it.
I hate that crap.
It's just ridiculous. But that's where it's going to go to.
Oh, I know it.
It's that is the direction that we are going as a country.
Mm-hmm.
And when you're just led without reading terms and conditions, I'm telling you, I don't believe I've ever read one of my television. You know, you buy a TV and it's terms and conditions, and I'm sure they're getting all the access to all the information they want.
Mm-hmm.
And they're sharing it all over.
Right.
But what am I going to do? Buy the TV and then say no? I don't agree to the terms.
I wouldn't imagine.
I mean.
Oh yeah, what happens if you do that?
So if I want to be in if I want Disney Plus or ESPN Plus, if I don't hit the terms and conditions, I don't watch the football game.
Right. That makes sense.
So I'm not. You know, again, I don't know how we've gotten here over a period of time, but. When people don't read legal documents that are binding, and I am guilty when it comes to this, you know, sign here, click here, do this here, it's going to come back and haunt me or haunt some.
I'm
it
sure.
almost haunted that lady that died in Disney Springs because her husband signed up for Disney Plus, a streaming device at home. Has nothing to do with a restaurant and food.
No.
But it is owned by the same company.
Yeah. Yep.
Which, by the way, owns ESPN, ABC, and Fox Sports Radio.
Mm-hmm.
So Disney's into a lot of things, and what you shared with Walt Disney and some of those folks.
We can get deeper with the Walt Disney.
Walt Disney was involved in a lot of stuff, wasn't he?
Mm-hmm. We can get really deep in the Walt Disney. We can probably attach it to the occult. You know, I mean, I probably connect. He probably just has weird occult connections with people like Jack Kirby or Jack Parsons. I don't know. We'll get into it.
Well, I love Disney World. I've probably been there 30 times. I've been to Disneyland probably 3.
Which one's better?
Oh, I'm a Disney World fan.
See, because I've always wondered what's the difference between the two.
You know, I'm a Florida beach guy over a California beach guy.
Okay.
And now there are beautiful beaches on the East Coast in Hilton Head, South Carolina, and North Carolina. There's a little stretch in Georgia that's got some beautiful beaches, but not a lot. But Florida is, I mean, the sand and the bottom of the ocean where your feet are just, to me, much better than the Pacific. They've got more of the rock, the volcanic rock.
Oh, really?
The beaches are not, they're brown rather than white.
Oh, sure.
And I love all the islands in the Caribbean. I've been to most all of them, but the ones I didn't like was the Virgin Islands. And it was because the beaches there, I think they brought in the sand, weren't near as nice. They were just on the resort. The rest of it wasn't a beach.
Yeah.
You know, so they just put 200 yards of sand over there, and that was their beach. But the floor, when you walked in the ocean, which I like the water and like to get in the ocean, it's just like a volcanic. It's like that rough rock concrete that I used to hate as a kid.
Yeah.
You know, rough rock around the swimming pool that would eat your feet up.
Yeah.
And if you fell, it just, you know.
Why would they make concrete
Pure
like that?
stupidity. I think the concept is we don't want slick concrete around the pool because folks will fall.
So if they do fall.
So now the traction of the rocks are really good for not falling, but if you do fall,
you're going through a meat grinder.
You're going through a deadgum road grader. And I've been there. I don't know if you've ever been running and fallen on asphalt or concrete, but whatever you put down to break the fall just ends up being graded by the
No thanks.
concrete.
I'm pretty good at falling usually.
It strips. Well, you are, because you've got the weak the flexibility in your ankles and the flexibility in your knees.
Well, if I keep wearing these boots, though, I won't have that ankle flexibility.
I don't have any flexibility. I have a tough time not touching the wall when I get up in the middle of the night to pee.
You need to start working out again, Phee.
Well,
because I was reading about how calf diameter is directly correlated with longevity.
Well, I've got some calves.
Well, better get some better calves. Better get some better calves, Phee.
I don't think you've ever seen calves as good. My father used to say, my calves are so good I can stomp a mud hole in a desert.
That's what your dad would say?
Yeah. My father had some calves, boy.
Well,
and my brother too. So we're a calf family.
how tall was your father?
I'm going to tell you he was 5'6".
Okay.
My grandmother was 4'11".
Okay.
And my grandfather, he passed away at 54. I never knew him. He was 6 foot tall.
Okay.
So
I'm just trying to, can we really brag about a calf if it's on a, you know what I'm saying?
5'6",
Well, but it's kind of like the same
you're
short.
making fun of my father's height.
No,
I
I'm
had
making
folks
fun.
in the 8th grade making fun of my father's height.
It's kind of like
if they passed my father's height, they'd like, I'm taller than your dad. They're 14.
No, it's not making fun of, but it's kind of like how the short kids could always bench press more than the tall kids.
You know why? Their arms are shorter.
I know.
You know, I did set every record at high school on the leg press, and you know what they said to me?
What?
It's because your legs are shorter. So I just moved the chair up. You know, they got the little thing you just push up and you move it up and back. So it doesn't make any difference at all.
I'm just being a hater, Phee.
Oh yeah, you're definitely.
We need to start going to the gym getting swole though, man.
When do we have time to go to the gym and get swole from? I mean, it's not a lack of effort us putting in. You're working your tail off, and we're just going to keep it rocking and rolling, enjoying life. Folks, it's been a great day here at the Phee Smee Network already. It's early. I hope you have a wonderful Wednesday. Thank you for tuning in to the Phee Smee Show with Manly Mark. You can come back today at 12 noon and watch Manly Mark with Midday Madness with Manly Mark.
We'll see.
And then tonight we have Night with Phee at 9 p.m. We're going to get this man in the mirror. We got our phone, which I had to go get fixed yesterday. It is now ready to go. So the filming of the man, we need to get some more shorts out. Mark is teaching me about this business that the long content of the hour-long content does not attract new viewers as much as the 2-minute, 1-minute shorts.
Now, I prefer to make long-form content personally.
Yes, but you have to get people to interested enough. They're not going to, if they don't know us, they're not going to spend an hour getting to know us.
Right.
They need to spend a minute and a half to be intrigued.
Well, I mean, that's
and
the
then go there.
Same concept with, where did Jerry hear about us? Jerry, if you're listening, where'd you hear about us? It was one of our, I had to be one of our promotionals. Or same thing with Colin. Where'd Colin hear about us?
Well, we had 102,000 views on one of our advertisements, and we had 86,000 on two. So
okay, well,
of all of the videos and advertisements we put out, that had 600,000 views. 2 videos had over 200,000.
It's crazy to me.
So you never know which one it's going to be. But thank you guys, and we appreciate you tuning into the Phee Smee Network.